Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'll be unboxing the UMi Plus. UMi is a new Chinese upcoming company which I never heard of before. It was one of my subscribers and followers, Dr. Nurul Hassan, who actually requested me to buy this phone and see if I could review it. The price was fairly cheap, and it was actually on a discount price from GearBest. I think it was a pre-sale price which is now over. The phone is back to around, I think, £200, but I got it for about £170, which is almost $210 US. So I thought, let me just give this a phone a try and see how this company is. Obviously Android based, and they do some fairly cheap and nice phones. This phone, by the way, is a 5.5-inch Full HD 1080p screen phone, and the specs at the back of the box, it says it's got the MediaTek 6755M, which is the Helio P10 chipset. Also come with Android 6.0 Marshmallow, 4 gigs of RAM, which is quite surprising for the price. You're not going to find many phones at this price point to be having 4 gigs of RAM, which is normally a feature you see in a flagship phone, along with 32 gigs of internal storage. Now it also has a hybrid SIM slot, so you can take 2 micro SIMs, or you can have 1 micro SIM and 1 micro SD card. Also, the phone comes with an absolutely massive and huge 4000 mAh battery, and I'm really looking forward to the battery life on this phone and see how this phone performs in the next few days and weeks to come. And like I said earlier, it's a 5.5-inch 1080p Full HD screen. I've got obviously cameras as well. Back camera 13 megapixel, front camera 5 megapixel, and of course all these network bandwidth is compatible with GSM, WCDMA, LTE, 4G. So it'll be very interesting to see if this phone is compatible with 3 UK. That's the network I use in the UK, guys. As you know, I'm in the UK, so I'll be putting my SIM in and have a look and see if this phone supports 4G LTE for my 3 UK network. Also, the phone is in gold color. It also comes in silver, I think, as well, but there were not many unboxings on the gold, so I thought let's go for the gold color and see how it comes up. So this is the UMi Plus, guys. That's the newest release model by UMi. It looks very nice. So let's open the box up. There we go. Ta-da! And here we go. This is the UMi Plus. Came all the way from China, and from I can see in this, there's a screen protector installed on the phone already, so which is quite nice. There are a few scratches, by the way, which is a bit shocking. Why would that be? Or maybe it's I don't know. Yeah, it looks like a brand new phone to me. I've purchased phones from them in the past, never been a problem, but for the first time I can see some scratches, as you can see in the camera. Anyway, let's wrap this up and see what this is like. There we go. So there comes the screen. This is probably a basic protection anyway. Okay, so the screen is pretty top notch. You can see crystal clear and no scratches here so far from what I can see. So very reassuring. I was a bit scared. I thought, why would my brand new phone having scratches on it straight away? Okay, also now let's peel off the back cover. There's a cover protecting the back of the phone as well. There we go, guys. So we pull this all aside. Okay, so this is the UMi Plus, made from metal. Just the top bits and the bottom bit, this one I think is made from plastic. This is all aluminium and not looking too bad. It's more or less like rose gold, I think, to be honest. From what I can see, it doesn't look like a gold to me, but more or less like rose gold. There's a bit of gold hue to it, but not like the iPhone gold or the Samsung Galaxy S7 kind of gold. So it's a different gold, not too bad. We'll have a look at the phone, guys, in just a moment. So let's first of all see what else do we have inside the box. So this is the UMi I think all these instructions and guides and paperwork, which I'm pretty sure none of you would be interested in. Okay, let's put this aside as well. So we have here, okay, a type C to a type A normal cable, which is not too bad. That means the phone has got type C USB charging port, which I did look at when I was ordering, but I completely forgot because I've been so busy with the Google Pixel, which I've been reviewing these days on my channel. So type A to type C, which is not too bad. Okay, so let's have a look at now the adapter. I tell you what, before we look at the adapter, let's have a quick look at the phone again. Type C USB, is it? Indeed. So we have a type C. Wow, that's amazing. For this price, £172 I paid for this phone. and you're getting a Type-C port as well, along with the big battery and all this beautiful looking nice UMi Plus phone. Okay, so let's have a look at the adapter, guys. As you always know in my unboxings, I'll always have a look and see what's the amp rating, especially when it comes to output. Okay, so let's bring it close to the camera, and as you can see on the output side, 5 volt, 7 volt, 9 volt and 1.67 amp of output, which is obviously fast charging. So 12 volt and 1.25, which is also fast charging. So good news, that means the charger is a fast charger, and also says there on the top as well, it's a fast charger. And I will obviously in my battery performance video give you all the details, how long does it take for the phone to charge up from not to 100%, and also in my typical fashion I'll be giving you the screen on time both on Wi-Fi and 4G as well. So in my battery performance dedicated video you will see all the details of how fast and quickly the adapter obviously charges the phone. The phone has I can see it's a 2-plug one, it's not a 3-pin UK. So I was kind of expecting that they would probably give me an adapter, which they haven't, but it's not a problem because I got quite a few anyway. But please make sure if you order it from GearBest, make sure you let them know that you want a 3 UK pin converter if you are ordering it and importing it in the UK. Okay, so what else have we got? We also have the SIM tray tool adapter as well, so we'll leave it as it is, don't have to worry about that at all. So let's put the box away, guys, and let's have a look at the phone. Let's put everything away and let's purely look at the phone. First impression is a bit on the heavy side. Obviously it's got a 4000 milliampere battery inside, so obviously you do expect the phone to be a bit heavier, but it feels very solid. It also has a 2.5D glass for this ridiculous cheap price. It's amazing how these Chinese OEMs are making these amazing phones every day, and they got this 2.5D glass and everything. This is amazing. I can't remember which Gorilla Glass it is on. Probably I'll have to look at through the specs though. It might be 3 or 4, but I think it has some sort of a Corning Gorilla Glass, maybe 3. But I can see here on the top edge and left and right, it's a 2.5D glass. So lovely looking screen, lovely looking phone. For the price, it's simply amazing. I mean, a few years ago you couldn't even buy a phone for this kind of price, but it's since the Chinese have in the past few years really kicked up, they're gonna level up, and they are producing all these lovely phones with all these cheap prices. Okay, so no English UK in there. Oh, there is it, English UK. There we go. So let's go ahead. We skip this all for now. Apparently the phone comes with vanilla Android, which is nice. Apparently UMi seems to keep their phones as stock and as possible, so that they could give us a nice optimal performance. I tell you what, let's set up the fingerprint sensor at the same time. As you can see, the fingerprint sensor is at the front of the phone. So set up a fingerprint sensor. There we go. Next, next again. Okay, we're gonna give it a pin, a basic pin, 1 2 3 4. There we go. Enter, and then confirm, reconfirm, 1 2 3 4. There you go. So a basic pin, show notifications, that's correct. Next. Okay, let's do my right thumb first, see how quick that is. Sorry, next again. There we go. Okay, now I'm doing my thumb. It should be fairly quick. I tell you what, this is amazing for a phone which is this cheap, and look at the speed. It captured my fingerprint, thumbprint with no issues. Add another one. Also, let's do the index finger and see how quickly that comes out then. There we go. Within like under 20 seconds it's configured again straight away. And also let me do my left thumb as well, because I'm going to be using that for the phone as well. Okay, there we go, guys. Once again, under 20 seconds. It's pretty fast, to be honest. For a phone this cheap, you don't expect the fingerprint sensor to be capturing this quick. Obviously the interesting thing would be how fast it is and how accurate it is as well. There we go. So we are on the home screen now. Let's increase the volume if we can. Okay, the first thing I like to do always is go into display settings and get the adaptive brightness off if it's down there, and then put the brightness all the way up. Okay, that's the adaptive brightness and brightness full. There we go. So now we have brightness at 100%. The screen is not looking too bad. It is nice, and as you can see, like I said, these people normally like to keep their phones pretty stock. So from what you can see, it's pretty much like vanilla Android about phone. Let's go ahead and have a look and see. UMi Plus and Android 6.0 Marshmallow, which is not too bad. 1st of June 2016, they're a bit behind. So I'll once obviously I connect to the Wi-Fi, hopefully I will get the latest security patch that will update as well. Please keep an eye on my social media, Facebook, Google Plus and Twitter. I will be updating you guys all the way across in the next days and weeks to come about what updates I'm getting and how's the phone in general, because it's not possible every time to put everything on YouTube. Okay, now push the back button again and let's have a look and see how much storage have we got without installing any apps. Stored in USB. There we go. So this is, like I said earlier in the video, a 32 gig model. So we have so far used only 123 out of 24.69 gig, which you will get out of the 32 gig. So it's hardly using anything at all, and that's the good thing about UMi. I mean, I've seen the videos before of other YouTubers and people reviewing the phone, but I've always seen stock Android, and because of stock Android, obviously, and the space will be minimal. So looking so far, looking so good. Okay, so storage. Let's have a quick look at the RAM management, memory. There we go. Obviously, the phone comes with 4 gigs of RAM. For this price, 4 gigs of RAM, Helio P10 octa-core chipset, you obviously cannot ask for anything more than that. So at the moment you have 2.7 gigs of RAM free. Obviously I haven't installed any apps, but in the next days and few weeks to come, like I said guys, I'll be installing lots of apps and I will keep you informed on my social media how the performance is, and obviously videos will come across as well explaining the performance and everything else about the phone so far. It's looking good, not too bad, and like I said, everything is pretty much stock, not bad at all. Okay, so now let's have a look at that fingerprint sensor that we configured a little while ago. So let's turn the power off and see how quickly it opens up. There you go guys, pretty much straight away, not too bad. Most Chinese OEMs these days have got their fingerprint sensors pretty fast. It is not the quickest from what I can see so far. It takes about a second, and by eventually it comes up anyway. But at least it's accurate, and every time you do it, it works. A second delay of a second or two, and then eventually it comes up. So far, looking so good. Let me also try my index finger, which we also configured earlier, guys. So let's have a look. There we go. So the index finger works pretty much straight away as well. Okay, now it's got some speakers at the bottom. I'm sure it must be the left and the right. One of those must be speakers. So let's have a look and see if we can play some sounds and see how loud the volume on this is. So let's go into settings and have a look and see phone ringtone and see if we can get some ringtones here. Oops, okay, so there is no sound coming to it. That's a bit strange. Ta-da! For the first time in a Chinese phone, I've had some issues. I've had quite a few Chinese phones in the past imported from GearBest and a couple other sites, but never have seen anything like this. It's a very basic one. There's no ringtone volume, there's no sound whatsoever. Of all the reviews that I saw, there's not many reviews for this phone, to be honest. There's only a few reviews, but a couple of them I have seen so far. None of them mentioned any issues with the sound. Maybe it's my unit or something, I don't know. But let's get into settings here. Let's get into the touch sounds. Even the touch sound is activated, but I can't. When I tap on the screen, I don't hear no touch sound. So that's a bit shocking. Let's go into the phone dial tone and see if we can get up something up. Nothing. So what I can see so far, basically there's no sound to the phone. I'm unable to understand why is that the case. I tell you what guys, I will definitely look into it. Obviously I can't look into it right now because I'm showing you the phone, but something to obviously look at. And if there's any potential issues with the unit or the phone, I will probably get in touch with the UMi and have a look and see if they can provide me any support, or GearBest maybe. But it'll be interesting to see why there is no sound. I will, like I said, look into different settings here and there and see if I can get the sound back and up and running. It's a bit disappointing. So obviously things are bound to go wrong at times. Looks like a very nice phone to me so far. Let's look at the camera. I'm a bit more concerned. Let's have a look at the camera. The camera is working. Let's bring my DSLR camera. This is my Canon 750D. So let's put it there and let's take a couple of photos, see how the camera comes up. Boom, there we go. The camera has a 13 megapixel sensor at the back, also has a 5 megapixel selfie camera. So far so good. A bit of focus and thing going on, as you can see. Tap on there. Without tapping on the screen, I'm still able to take photos though. There we go. So let's have a look at the photo quality of the camera. Looks pretty decent, not too bad. Here you can see there was a bit of issue with focusing because it was too close. Macro mode, it struggled. As you can see, there was a bit of a focus hunting. But when you take it from a bit far away, the image is pretty clear and crisp, and not too bad. For the price, obviously you can't ask for too much anyway, but this looks okay. So the only concern we have so far, guys, is the sound concern. Fingerprint sensor is working, camera is working, phone looks pretty much okay to me so far, from what I can see. Excuse me. The only problem is probably with the sound, and like I said, I will look into it, guys, and I will definitely report back to you. So far so good. A bit heavy phone, obviously, with the big battery inside, but looks very nice, very elegant. Also dual tone LED flash as well, and like I said, a 13 megapixel camera and a noise cancellation mic here as well, and 3.5 jack at the top. Type C USB with a couple of speakers here, maybe one speaker, not too sure. A volume rocker and power on the right hand side, and on the left hand side we got this SIM tray and also the micro SD card slot. Now this button, I don't know what this button is for. This is maybe for sound profile or something. So let's open this up and have a look. What's this for? Oh, that's to get the camera up. I think this is probably a button. I remember I had the Honor 7 reviewed last year. So this was a smart button in Honor 7, and you could program this button to any app. I think for the moment it's most likely used to launch the camera. So once you press it once, the camera comes up. You keep it pressed, maybe something different comes up. No? Okay, press it twice. Okay. Yeah, I think it's probably the camera only for now, but I will obviously look into it. Like I said, guys, my very first UMi phone, so I'm not too sure at the moment, but so far looking alright apart from the sound bit. So guys, if you got any questions, please feel free to ask me in the comment section, and if you like my video, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to the channel, guys, as it helps, and I shall see you in the next video.